Sifundise ukuthi uma wenda into uyende ngeluthando, uyende ngekutimisela nange kutitshela. Khona kutothi nalabanye uma bayibuka bathi hey cha yinhle lento lena ayidzingi koniwa ngumuntu. Utawukhona ukuthi uchubeke ukhicite lokuningi. Angikubingelele ke mbukeli elihlelweni lakho Tandla Nenkhondlo lapho khona sikulethela boSonkhondlo kanye nebamfu labenda umsebenzi weTandla. Mbukeli namuhla sithe nje kushintsha kancane ngoba ngidana boSonkhondlo bami lababili lokusiboniso mamba kanye na Charms the Poet. Batawuhaya ke mbukeli. Bathi sebathe haya kancane basichazile kabandi ukuthi bona beze bafika kulesigaba sekuba boSonkhondlo bafikiswa yini futhi seyini labakwendile njengabo Sonkhondlo. Sitawucala ngaye ke mbukeli yena siboniso mamba lotawuhaya afinze asichazele ukuthi uma sikhuluma ngasiboniso suke sikhuluma ngabani kahle kahle. Okay, isiboniso sicocele nembukeli ukuthi uma sikhuluma ngasiboniso suke sikhuluma ngabani.
Siboniso ngisiboniso mamba lo tsanza poetry lo khulelenza wena kaphunga and ngiyayithanda nje iart etinhlabathini letahlukahlukene kodwa nakakhulu ngithanza poetry.
Okay, isiboniso uthanda poetry lokho ukuthi nawe uyipoet ngisonkhondlo kahle kahle.
Yes, noma njani ngisonkhondlo.
Okay, as Sonkhondlo ke siboniso udibita ngabani? What is your name when it comes to poetry? Manje incenye nje mina ngimfortune the poet ngisetani surprise.
Oh, okay, libito lami ngisebenzisa ka poetry noma ngala lehlawu setinkhondlo ngusima. Sima the poet. Yes.
Sima the poet lisukela lelo gama.
Okay, ngathatha tinhlavu letimbili telibito lami nesibongo sami. So siboniso mamba it's Sima. So kukanjalo alisileli.
Okay, Sima the poet.
Yes, Sima the poet.
Okay, Sima the poet. So ngitiphi tinkhondlo lotibhalako noma lotihayako?
Okay, tinkhondlo lotibhalako noma lotihayako ticondzana nempilo sikhathi lesiningi. But ngiye ngisebenzise iBhayibheli na for inangu ku reference. So ngibhala gospel poetry noma tinkhondlo letingala tibuka kakhulu tinkholo. So yes.
So uyatibhalela phinze utihayele.
Yes, ngiyatibhalela phinze ngitihayele.
Okay, ngaphandle ke kweLibhayibheli asithi nje iBhayibheli ngalelo langa uthe asengilibeke lapha uyaye usitwe yini when it comes to writing your poetry? What inspires you?
Okay, isikhathi lesiningi nangibhala tinkhondlo ngingisita ngileti ngilabanye boSonkhondlo actually. So ngibuke imisebenzi yabo ukuthi benda kanjani but kungabe ukuthi igobha lokuthi ligama ngaligama and so ngithatha lawo ma techniques labasebenzisa then nalokufunza kuyasida na ufaka kakhulu ufunza kakhulu then tawukhona khipha into le right. Mhlaba awunoni bekunani kube uyananisa apho ke uthatha ungabuyisi. Uthatha lomncane lomusha nalomdzala lonemali uyamthatha longenamali awu mali mhlaba ube soloku uhlabe njalo sihlabeke nathi etinhlitweni sithumale sithututane mathutane siphinze sithumale naso hudvule omunye sikhale ngenxa yetikhala letivuleke enhlitweni yethu emindenini emangweni esiveni nakuwe mhlaba awenithi sekungisho ubuthatha tinkulungwane ntigitsigitsi tebantfu besolo uhlabe njalo mhlaba akukushaya imkhuba nje wena kufuta ingcongwane yendlu bantfana basale banethwa imvula elusizi yatinga ze ngaba lusizi enhlitweni yami akusenani kopha vele sesakhiwa ngeluthuli seluthuli eluthulini nje kodwa ke sikhona sakhiwo lesingekhathi lesingeke sidliwe timbethu yingcinjela ngabe sakhele edvaleni sisaphila kulomhlaba sathe wethu mnakethu yelula tendlebe ngikweluleke ngunike amafutha indlela kude ukuthi osibane sakho singacimi endleleni sonke lana sifike singena lutho kanjalo futhi sitawuhamba singena lutho kodwa imisebenzi yethu yekusilandzela lemihle nalemibi khumbula lo mhlaba lona awunanisi uthatha ungabuyisi uthatha noma kubani noma kunini hlala ulungele.
Ucala nini ke siboniso ukutibona ukuthi hayi no mina ngisima the poet?
Okay, akusikuthi kakhulu ngicale 2016 kube ngisesikoleni lapho ke bengiresearch kakhulu bengihaya kakhulu tinkhondlo esikoleni ngaSU Scripture Union So bengithanza like kungibukela kubantu nabayende then emva lokho ngaba like iba nemthelela lomkhulu kimi ngathi no anginde nami ngase ngiva ku right nangiyenda so ngacala 2016.
Okay, yaqala 2016 usitwa ngibani lo lokucicutela uzayi no azohambe uhaye bakubone nalabanye.
Okay, kuleli hlangothi lekusitwa abantu ngisho ukuthi akusiyo umuntu umunye actually bantu ema feedback lothola kubantu ukuthi okay hawo yalithini lento like kuhlelo lokwendako and ngiyasida so bese ngiyakhuthadeka so umuntu lo ngisitile ngimthole emuva 2020 so yeah so all along bese lo nje ngilo ngisida abantu abahlukahlukene kakhulu.
Okay, so uyalitfola indelifuba lekuthi uphumele ngephandle let's say maybe bakumeme kuma events ukuthi yathe sima asobuya utohaya ngala noma what is it that you're doing to ukuthi ubonakale ukuthi ungisima the poet?
Yeah, okay, ayingalitfola lithuba lokuthi ngihide etinzaweni etahlukahlukene but ke hayi kakhulu because ngimuntu lo basemsebenzini isikhathi esiningi but ngiyengizame so nangabe ngitfolile nami ngizama ukuthi ngikhiphe emandla wonke give it the best shot. They say love is full of pain. They say love is in the air. What is love exactly? Well, love is invisible, but it can be visible. Words, they are not enough to make it visible, but only actions can do so. Love doesn't compete, but it's complete. Faith without love is incomplete. Luthando, luthanza lokuhle, lubusela lokuhle kulokubi, lunjalo njalo kucukucuki. Luthando lusendo uyalwenda lwendiwa lukhulunywa njengendzaba indzaba isekwendeni. Futhi luthando alugwadlule alukhahlabeti lungena enhlitweni levulekile kuphela. Love. Luthando luyimphica abadzala ingani belikhona kusengabi khona labadzala. Kodwa ke singaliconza ngisita ngilomdzala wetinsuku lwakhuluma kulobaba usuku lobukhulu kwadala kukhanya lokukhulu. Ngoba luthando layivula indlela lapho ingekho khona. Love. Love is not self-centered. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. It does not delight in evil, but rejoices in truth. And here is the truth. God is love. He is the love that loved this world. Without condition, He poured this love to this sinful world. He gave His only begotten Son to be the sacrifice for the sanctification of men. The sinless Son endured severe pain that was inflicted by sinful men who didn't realize that He was the Lord I am. They slapped Him, but He never fought back because He is not easily angered. They mocked Him, saying He was blasphemous, but He asked God to grant them forgiveness because He keeps no record of wrongs. His love never ends, even though my poem is about to end. I say again, His love never ends.
In few months to come, noma ke eminyakeni letako utibona okuphi wena njengaSonkhondlo?
Okay, eminyakeni lotako njengaSonkhondlo ngitibona ngibhala tinkhondlo letahlukahlukene. Lokunye futhi lebengikufisile futhi ukuthi ngithathe ema videos because nginato tinkhondlo lengathi haya ngathi recorda muva but kufuna ukuthi abantu babone because labanye abathanzi like bete lokubete la usulalela inkhondlo so uyathanda ukuthi kube khona na netitfombe so kuba right kanjalo.
Okay, so luqalile nje khaya tinkhondlo khona yini bathini bamvu bayasitakala noma khona lapho bafuna ukuthi ulungilungise khona?
Yes, basitakala kakhulu. Basitakala kakhulu ngoba vele nangibhala nami lenkondlo ngibuye ukuthi inhloso yayo yini ngavele nje ngibhale nje ukuthi ngiyabhala so basitakala balesi nje fast babe like okay siyakuthatheka ucishe ngemavilo wayo uwananga wakhulume ngenkondlo so yeah basitakala.
Okay, kuna nangiSonkhondlo nami ngenye lofana nami nje lobhalile diary igcwele akade ukuthi kumele into enjani ungamkhuthatha uthini loyo Sonkhondlo lo solahleti angade ukuthi lo msebenzi wakhe kumele awende njani?
Okay, kuSonkhondlo maybe lo bhalako kungashiyana ukuthi yena ufuna ukubhala kukhicita tincwadi noma ufuna kuhaya but nakafuna kuhaya angatibhala and then emva kwaloko asebenzisa kakhulu tinkondlo tekuchumana so lapho khona abantu bakhona khona batawukhona ukubona umsebenzi yakhe enkondlo bamniketa feedback futhi akhutsateke and bamlungise because vele bayakhuluma enhlawuthini etahlukahlukene le tinkulumo tabo uyakhona ukuthi ulungise futhi nawe ukhuthadeke. So yeah, ngamkhuthata kuloko ukuthi yeah achubeke nje like ayikubantu dositakala.
Lokusho ukuthi noma angeta kuwe angasitakala.
Yes, nami ngamsita ehlangothini lengakhona umsita kulo noma kanjani.
Oh, all right. Yes. So Nenkhondlo ke lo das highlight wena asongikhethele nje yinye usichazele ngayo lesenhlitweni yakho usichazela ukuthi why ke yona bese seyiba senhlitweni yakho.
Okay, isitikasi tekugcina Nenkhondlo lesenhlitweni yami. Lokuba ukuthi ibe senhlitweni yami kangaka ukuthi ikhuluma ngalesikhathi lesikudo manje futhi nalokho lokwendekalayo vele kucishe kube relevant nayo. So yes, ngithanda lesikhathi tekugcina.
Okay, lokunye lofise kukusho ungahide inkondlo takho ngabe yini?
Okay, ukuthi ke kumayelana netinkondlo siyafisa ukuthola kakhulu i-support kubantu. So yes, nathi siyazama futhi ngetindlela tahlukahlukene ukuthi sende itinkondlo tibe fashionable noma tibe yinfo lejwayeleka kubantu labahlukahlukene because futhi naso ukunakile futhi kuba yinfo lemnanzi kakhulu. So ucishe maybe kuze kufike izinga futhi noma le music noma lekuhlabela. So yeah.
Lokusho ukuthi nani nibo Nenkhondlo nito make sure ukuthi ezibabukeli nebalaleli siyathokodela Nenkhondlo.
Yes, noma kanjani.
All right, siyabonga.
Okay, simako. Akekho longaboni ukuthi umvila lo emaphakatheni soya ngekhanya. Lokhu simakathe wakubeka kwakhanya kusukela katheni. Impela emakhosi nemachawa senvula ngekhuthi imihlolo lokwendekako bekungendeki itolo. Lokhu sekuwa kwematolo lilanga lekulunga seliyavela imini inkulu seyasonzela. Labalungile abahlala balungele labangalungi balungise. Leti setikhathi tekugcina. Tikhathi tekugcina imiyalo, tikhathi tekugcina ukhola. Tikhathi tetigcina uhlandikile setikhathi tekubuya kwenkosi. Sesisemaphethelweni buka selokhu siphumbuthekile nje baprofeti bemanga basidlise etinyoka netinwele sangavuka emcondweni wethu. Naku nekugula lokungalapheki kusithela ngamande etindlebeni kodwa solo nani kuvuka kunaloko sitive siyavukelana siyasolana. Sesisemaphethelweni sekuya ngekugcwaliseka imibhalo kutamatama kwemhlaba etinzaweni letahlukahlukene kuyabikwa kubona ukuthi akwe hey ungawubukeli kuthe umhlaba kuphela bubi banzile lithandwe liyaphola kulabaningi lokhu sekucala kwemhelo athi iphatha kahle litulu liyadvuma bubi budlangele even kukhona lokutokwendeka. Sesisemaphethelweni leti setikhathi tekugcina asimkhondeni simakathe nangalesikhathi sithele tithelo sitha sitheleke ngelihlazo nasithela tithelo tamoya letingeke tizediwise nemoya ngoba titabe tiboshele ngelithandvo kulomvini noNkrestu. Sesisemaphethelweni leti setikhathi tekugcina tikhathi tekugcina kukhola tikhathi tekugcina imiyalo tikhathi tekubuya kwenkosi. Empeleni setikhathi tekuphela kwemibuso mhla sifike emaphethelweni simakathe lo uNkulunkulu yomisa umbuso wakhe lo longenasiphetho ngoba yena simakathe ucala asaphethile. Ngawo ke lo mbuso lo ukhona manje asimkhondeni simakathe sibambelele evini lakhe. Leti setikhathi tekugcina.
So tibonele waphinza wativela ke mbukeli lokhu siboniso lebekasilethele kona. Mbukeli ngiyethemba mina ukuthi kuningi lokufunzile futhi nje sibonisa umake sure ukuthi le mibhalo yakho losoluyibekile lapha ngadle ukuthi ayikhokha nini but lokhu siboniso sekakutshelile ukuthi khokha lapha cha so tavele wende njalo. Asiqhubeke nalo hlelo mbukeli ngulethela Charms the Poet lo takuchazela ukuthi yena ufika kanjani ekubeni ngicharms mina ke bengithi ngicharmsa kanti nguCharms the Poet. Utawuhaya ke Charms aphinze athi kusifundisa ukuthi uma sikhuluma ngepoetry ngoba Charms yena ngathi unale nginga yokufundisa kakhulu. Uyasichaza ukuthi uma sikhuluma ngepoetry sikhuluma ngani. Asiqhubeke nalo hlelo. Okay, Charms ngicocela umbukeli ukuthi uma sikhuluma ngaCharms the Poet sisuke sikhuluma ngabani kahle kahle because you are not just Charms the Poet.
Okay, mfana ekhaya bathi my name is Muzwethu Maseko. So I give myself the name Charms because of the voice. A lot of people say the voice is blessed. So mankuluma. People find it in their hearts to listen. So Charms the Poet is a poet for poets. I'm an emotional guy. I love people. I'm friendly. I'm kind. Angatvali. Lamphakathini wakithi kude longangadi even if ungahlangana nabanye umbote ukuthi who is Charms but okutshela ukuthi Charms uhlala la Charms ngumjidalo kanjani ngiyaphilelana nebantu kakhulu. Yes.
So mina bengrom nebengithi Charms are the poet. Okay, so you are Charms the poet.
Yes, Charms the poet.
Okay, so Charms the poet ufika njani ekubeni ngisonkhondlo?
Well, ekubeni ngisonkhondlo sisi ngifika because I grew up in the church. Yabo. So mangikhula esontweni I always find myself ukuthi sengiyasukuma ngathi sengifuna kushumayela yabo every time ngifuna ukukhuluma yabo I just feel like kuna something lela ngaphakathi kimi lengifila like sengayikhipha you know. So poetry ngiqale kancane ngingadi ukuthi this is poetry. Ngize ngafika grade 7 I've never heard the word poetry. I was a motivational speaker ngiloko ngikuthola gogo ukuthi nawunenkinga ngikukhulumise ngikukhuthade. Mangifika ka grade 7 sende ma debates then ngathola ukuthi kuna something lebitwa ngepoetry. Ngafika form 1 nga-introduceka ku literature. Then ngasi nangiceda ku-introduceka ku literature ngaqala ngafunza ngepoetry. Nga-understand ukuthi poetry helps you to understand yourself. Yabo, nga-understand ukuthi lampilweni this life is not mine alone. It's me and myself. Yabo, so I have to think for all of us. Yeah. Buhle balentfombi ntfombi lenhle hlonipha abatali bakho nawe utinikele enkhosini ugcile emkhulekweni ugcine ebuthophi bakho njengentfombi buhle bakho bukhanya njengekuphuma kwelilanga ngaleli langa limbe ngitofunza kubeketela ntfombi ngifunzise luthando ngingakathanzi kukuthanza mina ngawe ngiyatifela nawe ngingaphumelela ngikhona nami lihlombe lekukhalela ngitokunika kwakho nje vuma ngikunike leyami inhlitiyo letfobekile legcwele lithando emazulu avumile angithi phela mina nawe sidalelweni ntfombi buhle bakho buyakhanya kukhanya inkosi ishilo ukuthi kuphelele kufeziwe ntfombi vuma kubange wami ngibe ngewakho silakhe lethu likusasa ngathi kuthi kufanele buhle balentfombi ntfo go by the one and only Charms the poet. Thank you.
So okay, so you discover now ka grade 7 ukuthi okay what I'm doing kahle is poetry.
Yes.
So neminyaka lengakanani nyalo poetry?
Well, now I have 3 years in poetry. Like 30 October I was celebrating my 3rd year anniversary poetry.
Nice.
So poetry this thing abona gendeka kufika isikhathi u feel like what am I doing? Let's just drop everything yabona. Like I would understand ukuthi ukuphi wendani ufunani poetry. Then logo kuyasita ukuthi ukhulume nabantu. I mean I've got people lengikhuluma nabo. There is a guy lo inspireshako from zero to hero. Fine ngaqala kuqala kunayo. But yena indlela lathi ngakhona he's willing to share what he has yabona. So he told me ukuthi the only limit to our realization of tomorrow will be our doubts of today. So his name is Christian Maz. Lo puti ngihlangane naye last year. Yeah.
Okay, so ngiyakuva ukuthi so una 3 years in poetry. Yinje lokwendile when it comes to poetry. Lothi yabo lokho. I've achieved it and ngihappy ngako and I wanted to do more when it comes to poetry. Well,
here in this community siswami kwendiwa ma shows mostly gender-based violence shows. So ngiyangiperform lapho and I've even started freestyles khona la emphakathini to help these youngsters ukuthi ba realize the talent they have because I'm not the only one who's talented here. There are so many poets in this area but it's just that abafuni kusukuma and face their mission. Yabo. So ngendile ema freestyles isikhona indzawo lesihlangana kuyo khona lenda sikhayikithi and la ka town body baya run ama shows bayasibita in fact baya supporta kakhulu. So and the other poets bo Amandla the poets bo Pocha the poets bo Emihle like all the crew ba run ama shows then they invite you ukuthi to perform in the show. I I just understand that we're in a collection of souls with no connection. Our love is so filled with temptations with no options but experimentations. I somehow had a conversation with myself so I could improve my communication. That is when I was told I'm so possessed with abusive thoughts. Then I got confused by my reflection. Sooner I have destroyed my imagination. Men of our generation, you got confused by your imagination, then you raise a hand. Then don't raise a hand. A lot of people do not believe in the mystery of themselves. It feels so painful to see youngsters like you taking the wrong way, intimating it is the best one. But why? Why don't you see that your life hangs in you? I say we're in a collection of souls with no connection. Our love is so filled with temptations with no options but experimentations. We have a new mountain to climb with no time to think. Time still keeps flowing whilst the world keeps on going. That is why sadness is so instilled in the eyes of the child, why he is lost in the jungle with no shoulder to cry on, yet left with the void of his parents in his heart. A sorrowful distance, it's what he must take. South or north, he doesn't know where to go. A blind eye he turned. A snake approached him, it beat him to death. To me, he could have survived if he was a praying child. Sorrowfully, he died with a stubborn heart.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay, now, so we are performer, you do all that, but freestyles, bamfu baya, baya nang baya, baba khona now performer. So, bathini bantu, are you happy ngalaba kushobo kwendekani?
Well, I'm happy kakhulu ngalaba kushobo seswami because ngithi mangine mistake bayasho ukuthi ebhodi la kuleti info leti kumele ungatendi. Very same time ngiyati ukuthi there are people labasimababuka le ndlu yakho or balalela your poetry. Bajaka kubuka mistake batokhona kujaja. They do not find the message because the message it's hidden. Yabona. So mina ngiyangikujabulele laba kushoko because most of them basuke bangitshela ukuthi ebhudi ma uperform ubuyeke la kubuka phasi ne. Ungasabi labantu obobaphila babe bakho yabona. Ubakhulume bakuve because ma ubeke phasi I'm giving you an opportunity ukuthi ukeep phone uvule WhatsApp wakho yabona. So ngiyajabulela kakhulu ifeedback engoma kuyithola, ma advisors ngiyawathola, ama supporters ngiyawathola. In fact ngimotivated bayang inspireisha impilo yami vele ila poetry and I don't see myself ngiyekela.
So, uthi impilo yakho poetry. Yes. So you live poetry.
I live poetry.
Lokusho ukuthi thina sisitambona Charms as a poet. So, asesithi nje after 2 years as a poet, Charms utibona ukuphi?
Okay, I've always had a dream of performing in America. Not doing anything else, just performing and come back to my country. Because I believe that the people around you, they know you. So the things you say, they won't take them seriously because they know you. Lampakatini, they know Muziwe Masego and Charms the poet, two different people, you know. So to people who do not know me, but who will know me as Charms the poet, mangfika split words and leave messages, they are going to understand me. And then they're going to call me back. See, please come back. We need you. See, so vele America, I'm coming, but angajagi because good things come to those who wait. Okay. So I'm waiting for my time.
Okay.
Yeah. Dear Langamane, you know, in a room so full of art, I will still look at you. In a room so full of art, I will still stare at you because God was showing off when He created you. You know, you and I have each other, then everything else is background noise. You have galaxies in your eyes and music in your heartbeat. Your personality seems to fit you well than your clothes. Dear Langamane, or should I say, dear Kubonye, wena wandlovu. Mfombi, vuma kuba ngewami nami ngibe ngewakho phela khumbula mina nawe sidalelweni. Angithi nemazulu sekavumile phela wena udalelwe mina. Bambo lwami, themba lami, dear Langamane.
Okay, so gini wa performer like guma events or something when it comes to your poetry.
Yes, ngile ngaperforma sesi mhla ka 4 December bengiperforme kulomnye umshado lapha kuma Gugadem wakamabila. Then phinze ngaperforma ku show ye Mega Fest. It was titled the Community Hall. Yes.
That's an achievement on its own.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, Sestina Chams. Kubo Nenkhondlo laba fise ukuthi nabo bafike kulesigaba sabo Chams the Poet nabo baqhubeke babe ma poets latiwa ko ungathini kibo.
Okay, ngathi a lot of people babuka poetry ngazuthi it's a distraction. No. Poetry is not a distraction. It's an easier way to success. So mawuqala poetry akameli ugathe something in return. Ku poetry manyo performer kulenye show akameli ugathe ukuthi bakubhadale. They are doing you a favor ukuthi bak invite your performer khona. Poetry nawuyenda akameli ugathe imali. So it's all about healing the black family. When just be yourself, because kude lokunye lokwendlula lokho, being yourself. Once you are able to be yourself, then you're going to achieve your goals.
Okay, so you are saying one should be his or herself. Okay, so Chams, thank you so much for your time. Nguphi lo fise kukungeta when it comes to poetry, as it's in the kingdom or Africa as a whole.
Okay, siswami, mine I like these mainstream poets because they write poetry so that people should understand and poets can understand. Yabona mangafika ndo performa a poem, then ndoshiya bonke labantu ba blank, they do not know ukuthi kwendekeni bekathini akhuluma ngani, yabona. Mara the mainstream poets uthi akhuluma ahle awasho lamagama lachaza lenkulumo yakhe ukuthi ukhuluma ngani uthini kibo. So mine la kule level lethu siswami cause ngila kakhulu lana I would wish ukuthi ema talent ebantu abonakale, yabona, babonakale, baqhubeke, basupport, bamotivate, like kubonakale straight, but lokho angeke kuze khona kwendeka bantu basengaqala ukudimisela. So bengithi mina asitimiseleni, sihlanganeni, poets bayabeketelelana. If you come to a poet angeke aze akubukele phasi utokusita uqhubekele embili.
Ngiyethemba ke mbukeli ukuthi kuningi lokufunzile elihlelweni namuhla waphinze watitfokotela tona Nenkhondlo bosonkondlo bethu lebe basihayela tona. Ngiyathi ke mbukeli ukuthi hayi uvele wathi no, yathi nami le ngubhala kholo ke kungiko udla ukukhokha ke mbukeli uqale uhaye uvakale nakulabanye. Nami nje mbukeli khwale ngidawuthi cep. Ngithi nje hayi malayini abe babili noma abe mathathu elihlelweni lelitako. Kwanamuhla kanje ngithi goodbye and God bless. Sibonane ngalolu viki lelitako ngaso isikhathi esifanayo.